A lot of people took a look at the weather this morning and just stayed home. But what happens when your boss makes you go to work? Investigative reporter Paul Aker wanted to know if your boss has to pay the bill if you get in a wreck.
For some businesses, the big storm means dark windows and locked doors. But for others,
you're at Muka.
A major snowfall and the road hazards it brings doesn't change a thing.
We are open.
Tim Maurer owns this custom makeup company in the short north. He called in workers.
I'm custom blending and eyeshadow.
Even though roads were treacherous.
And I was in at 9 a.m.
Maurer believes employees everywhere should come in whenever they're called, regardless of the weather.
I think in this climate of people needing jobs, you better get to work, because somebody else will.
I almost ran into the stop signs.
John Marshall sees it differently.
It's not very safe for students.
Marshall is studying to become a physician assistant. He says his college required him to go to class today. And then, like so many other drivers, he got stuck for 3 hours.
They should be held accountable.
Marshall thinks schools and bosses that make their people come in should have to pay for any car crashes along the way.
If I'm taking my time and I'm risking my safety to go out here just to go to school, something that they required and asked of, then why not be responsible for me and my vehicle and, my safety?
I don't see the employer as having any responsibility.
Attorney Rex Elliott says employees probably wouldn't win if they sued their bosses for wrecks on the way to work.
You're not in the scope of your employment while you're coming and going from work. So there's really no responsibility on the employer.
And so Elliott's point there is that before you get to work and clock in, whatever you do is your responsibility, even if your boss tells you to do it. And part of the reason he says is any employee always has the right to just quit before the work shift even starts. We're live in the short north. I'm Paul Aker, 10 TV News.
Good to know. Thank you, Paul. Stay with Central Ohio's news leader for all the latest on this winter weather. You'll find current snow emergencies, school closings and delays as they come in, and much more at 10tv.com.